So, guys, Bones, Dr. Bones McCoy, one of my favorite Star Trek characters. I'd say after him, maybe Scotty. And if you look at both of them, they have some of the best lines. Spock is great, of course, but in terms of the secondary characters, because of course Kirk and Spock, and Bones. So you look at who has the best lines. I think Bones McCoy really does, and then maybe Scotty. But with Dr. McCoy, we've got almost too many to pick from, right? This is just a top five of mine. There's many more. I know I'm going to do another video on this. See what you think, see if you agree, and enjoy.
He's dead, Jim.
With probably the most famous, he's dead, Jim, or he's dead. Now, McCoy in the original series said a variation of that at least 20 times. So, he's dead, Jim, he said 6 times. He's dead without Jim 14 times. And he said she's dead, Jim, 2 times. So there you go. I mean, Dr. McCoy was a good physician, but he lost more than a few of his patients by saying he's dead, Jim.
What in the name of heaven is this?
You gotta love Bones and his emotional delivery. What in the name of heaven is this? And that was from the Gamesters of Triskelion. Triskelion, I love that title. The Gamesters of Triskelion. And he said it when, of course, all those weird, surreal events were happening with the tournament, the games, the sort of almost like a WWE, like gladiators. What in the name of heaven is this?
By golly, Jim, I'm beginning to think I can cure a rainy day.
Favorite lines from one of my favorite episodes. This is from The Devil in the Dark. And of course, this is when Bones patched up and cured the Horta, right? He used thermal concrete to patch up the wound. And he couldn't believe he did it. So he was like, hey, by golly, Jim, I'm beginning to think I can cure a rainy day. And you know what, Dr. McCoy? I think you could cure a rainy day. Let's test it out one day. I think it would work.
I'm a doctor, not a mechanic.
Not a mechanic. I'm a doctor, not an engineer. I'm a doctor. I'm not a bricklayer. Yeah, that's McCoy's famous I'm a doctor, not a blank. And one of my favorites is I'm a doctor, not a mechanic. And that's from the Doomsday Machine with the wacky machine that can kill any planet, right? So the episode involves, of course, the Enterprise encountering a damaged sister ship, the USS Constellation. And McCoy goes wild, saying that he is a doctor, not a mechanic. And a line of lines was born because he said many variations all throughout the show.
You're out of your Vulcan mind, Spock.
And so finally, last but not least, we have, are you out of your Vulcan mind, Spock? You're out of your Vulcan mind, Spock. And it comes once again from that great episode, The Gamesters of Triskelion. Triskelion. Love the WWE Gladiator style. And of course, they're talking about what happened to Kirk and Chekhov and the rest of them. They're now gladiators on that planet. You're out of your Vulcan mind, Spock, who they have transported over the distance. And of course, Spock says it's a logical course available to us. He doesn't know. But that to me is one of the best because it's McCoy, it's Bones at his most sort of sarcastic with Spock. So when he goes, he's dead, Jim, or I'm not a mechanic, a bricklayer, that's great. But anytime he says something with Spock, you're out of your Vulcan mind, or you green blooded. There you go. We're definitely going to do another one. We got to do probably several more of these videos. McCoy's best boners, his best lines. What do you think? What are your favorites? Hope you're enjoying. Hope you're subscribing. See you soon.